hospital.
Tatum O'Neal, Christy McNichol.
Do you care about me a little?
Matt Dillon, Little Darlings, a USA premiere event.
At 8 p.m. Eastern, Tuesday. This is USA.
What's the matter?
It's these eggs. Can't stand soft-boiled eggs that are all runny like this.
I told Hermione to boil them exactly 4 minutes.
Well, does this look like a 4-minute egg to you? I'll have to speak to that woman.
All right, but let me speak to her. I mean, I don't want to fire her the day after I hired her. And besides, sometimes you get a little lofty with people.
That's not true, only when it's necessary. Besides, didn't I tell you that I didn't want you to hire anybody without me?
If I left it up to you, you would hire 2 blonde chorus girls to do the cooking and cleaning, and they would be in stiletto heels and mini skirts.
Well, at least I would hire them on the basis of their experience and ability to do the job. Where did you happen to find these 2 paragons of domestic help?
I found Hermione at the employment agency, and you know where I got Bobby. She was a good waitress at Sid's Tavern.
Oh, well, that really is quite a recommendation, isn't it?
Besides, I found a very drab quality about her that appealed to me. Now, I think I'm going to have to teach her to stand around the table because I want some coffee and I want it now!
You can't very well scream for the woman, Raven. Why don't you get one of those little dinner bells that you can tinkle on?
That's a good idea. Right now, I'm going to have to go check on the kitchen, and I hope that our little drab maid will learn that she has to be more attentive.
She may be more than that, my darling. She may be a drab little spy.
Jody, I can only talk for a minute. I just wanted to tell you I don't have the watch.
Bobby, why not? What happened?
Well, I told you I dropped it and broke the crystal, and it doesn't play any tune now. But when I tried to get it out of the house, I got caught.
Bobby, please, give it up now. Listen to me. You're only going to get yourself into trouble.
It's too late now, Jody. I've got to try and find...
Talking to your boyfriend?
No, a girlfriend.
I gotta go now, Irma.
Well, excuse me for intruding on your personal life, but we do need you in the dining room.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Short conversation, long face. How come?
Oh, just the way things are right now, I guess.
Oh, honey, cheer up. Things are bound to get better.
Well, they can't get any worse.
You planning to visit Gavin? Are you going to see him this morning?
Yeah.
Well, look, I've got to be going in a minute or so. Can I give you a lift?
Sure. I could use a lift.
Well, maybe once you see Gavin, you'll feel better.
Oh, I doubt it. Especially since I'm not bringing him any good news. There's nothing to tell him. Nothing's happening.
Well, why don't you talk about other things with Gavin? I mean, things other than his troubles.
I do. At least I try. Miles, it's only surface conversation. And then we always end up back at the same old place where we started.
Well, I guess it is kind of hard to avoid. How about you, honey? What's your day like?
Busy. I want to get an early start, so I'll be leaving soon. How about you?
Yeah, well, I'm going to my office right away this morning instead of the hospital first.
Oh, that's right. You have to meet with Miss Avery.
Yeah, I'm afraid it's the only time she'd agree to come for a visit. She's very choosy about her time.
Aren't we all?
Well, it's all right. There are a few things I want to straighten out with her.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Well, in particular, I want to ask her a question about the way she seems to be using her charge cards rather freely. Anyway, I gotta go. You want to come?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, bye. Have a nice day.
Yeah, you too.
Maybe you can call me today.
How about noon?
It'd be great.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Jody, chin up.
I'm trying.
Nice fella.
Yeah, real nice fella.
I wonder if all doctors care so much about their patients.
Well, I don't know, but my husband certainly does.
Yeah, that's what I told her.
Her?
Mrs. C. Does your secretary talk to you a lot about Dr. Kavanaugh?
Well, I hadn't noticed that Nora talks to me about Miles any more than anyone else does.
Yeah, I did. I couldn't help but notice it.
What? I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean.
Yeah, what I mean is, every time Nora hears the name Jinx Avery, she looks like the cat that swallowed the cream.
No, I think you're mistaken about that.
No, I'm not. Look, I just don't want her filling up your head with a lot of nonsense about...
About what?
About Dr. Kavanaugh and that woman. That's what.
Look, Nora is doing nothing of the kind, I can assure you. Mrs. Goodman, I have a lot of things to occupy my mind right now besides that nonsense.
Well, I'm sorry to have brought up something so unpleasant. I'll just clear away these dishes.
Somebody to volunteer for an assignment, Tyler.
Well, I have a feeling you're thinking about me, or I wouldn't be here right now, Chief.
I've personally chosen you to volunteer.
Well, I'm very flattered.
Yeah? Well, don't be, because frankly, there weren't too many people I could choose from. But you've only been in Monticello a short period of time, so I think your face is new enough that we can get away with this.
This sounds suspiciously like an undercover assignment.
It is.
What's the background?
Well, we're looking for a guy that just blew into Monticello from New York about 2 months ago. He's going to be trying to make contact with other people interested in his line of work.
Which is?
Guns, primarily. He's one of the biggest dealers of illegal weapons in the East Coast. We think he's here in town to set up new headquarters in this part of the country.
That's quite an honor for Monticello.
That's an honor we can do without, but I don't think we have much choice in the matter.
So what's this guy's name?
His name is Ed Lorimer. Now, he's already contacted Earl Gander.
Gander? He used to be a stool pigeon for us?
Well, he still is. That's how come we know about Lorimer.
All right, so how do I fit into all this?
Well, we've persuaded Earl Gander to leave town for a while.
Oh, persuaded, huh?
Well, friendly, but definitely. The point being, Ed Lorimer has never met Earl Gander.
So you want me to take Gander's identity while he's on vacation and find out what Lorimer is up to?
Thank you. Oh, New York wants to know just why he left town so suddenly.
Why, they think he's into something besides running illegal guns?
They think he's committed murder. Yeah?
Excuse me, Chief. I'd just like to look at some photos.
Okay, I'll be through in a second if you'll just wait.
So you finished with me, Chief?
Well, I want you to think about that. I don't want you to make any snap decisions. All kidding aside, this is a voluntary assignment. It carries hazardous duty pay, if you understand.
I understand completely. So, how's the picture-taking business, Sam?
Picturesque.
Another crack like that and I'll break your nose.
Let's see those pictures. It took us nearly 20 minutes to get an ordinary headshot.
You must have had some fun taking these pictures.
Yeah, well, personally, I never had so much fun taking mugshots. But then, most criminals aren't that beautiful.
Yeah, most criminals aren't that beautiful.
This is Gorilla Monsoon.
And Jesse the Body Ventura.
This week's primetime feature, Hillbilly Jim and Uncle Elmer take on the world champions, Greg Valentine and Brutus Beefcake.
You can tell a lot from body language. This means I'm shy. This means I'm not. And this means I need help.
From my unbeatable bodybuilding system, Prel shampoo and Prel conditioner. Prel fullness, Prel body, Prel nice. The Prel bodybuilding system for unbeatable body and fullness.
Prel shampoo and Prel conditioner. It says you look great. In any language.
Crisco oil's light taste brings remarkable lightness to baking.
Remarkably light, ooh, delightfully light. Ah, moist flavor bakes us light. Crisco oil's light taste sets the flavor free.
Next to corn oil, specially made Crisco oil looks lighter, is lighter, but it's really Crisco's light taste that lets all the delicate flavor come through, with no oily taste and no cholesterol.
Deliciously, Crisco oil's light taste sets the flavor free.
I knew Charmin was irresistible, but irreplaceable?
I want to swap your pack of Charmin for 2 of this major brand.
No, you know, my husband would complain. I've been married 15 years. I've tried about 3 times to substitute, and he notices every time that I say no. I want the Charmin. It's soft and strong, both at the same time.
My boss has to hear this.
Gotcha.
Mister, are you kidding me?
Squeezably soft Charmin. Not just irresistible, irreplaceable.
These are the amazing Lee press-on nails. They press on in seconds. No glue, no mess. Simply press on Lee Superstick tabs. Then press on Lee press-on nails. That's all. Easy on, easy off. Use them again and again. They just won't break or split. Polish, and they're nearly impossible to chip. So press on Lee press-on nails. In natural and glamour lengths and a variety of sizes for a quick, easy fit. Press on.
Hermione says she hopes you'll find these eggs properly done, Mr. Whitney.
I hope so, too, Bobby. Thank you.
More coffee, Mrs. Whitney?
Yes, Bobby, and I would like to not have to ask for it twice.
Yes,
ma'am. Good morning, all.
Good morning.
Morning, Geraldine.
What would you like for breakfast?
Oh, just tea and toast is fine for me, Bobby. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, the atmosphere at this table is decidedly frigid this morning. Why?
These eggs.
Is that all that's upsetting the domestic tranquility this morning?
No, that's not the only reason that this morning is not starting off well.
Yes, my husband is being an old grump about the new servants. Personally, I think he's irritated because he had no say in hiring them, even though I had no say in hiring Spencer Varney.
That was different.
Geraldine, don't you agree that the new cook should be given every chance? After all, good cooks are so hard to come by.
At the risk of taking sides, yes, I do agree. A good cook is worth her weight in gold.
Well, Geraldine, at the price of gold these days, I think that's a bit excessive, especially with this particular cook.
Skylar, the subject is getting very boring.
And then perhaps I'd better change the subject. Raven, do you remember our conversation about Fowler Wilcox?
Yes, I do.
It started me thinking about Fowler again. And I realized that somewhere I must have some photographs of him taken in Washington. Here. These were taken ages ago, of course.
Which one is Fowler?
He's on my right, next to Senator Foley.
Very nice-looking man.
Very.
For God's sake, do we have to be treated for breakfast with a bunch of photographs that have no part in any one of our lives?
Skylar, he was a part of my life, however small it was. And we do know his son, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Unfortunately.
I wonder if Damien would like to have those photographs.
I'm certain that he would.
And I am certain that he would not, due to the circumstances. He's made it clear that he's ashamed of his father, and I'm certain that he would like to forget about him.
Skylar, I don't agree with that. After all, Damien thought enough of his father to save his last letter to him. Why, he even went so far as to bring that letter to this house and read it to...
Read it to whom, Geraldine?
Yes, well,
To you.
He read it to me.
To you.
Yes, he just showed up one day, and he had this letter that he wanted to read to me, and I have no idea why he thought I would be interested. But that's all he did.
Well, I've had it.
I've told Chief Mallory that Tyler is not to harass us again, and I'm going to make sure that it's going to end once and for all.
Yes. Oh, he is, huh? Well, it's too bad for Mr. Whitney. Now, wait a second. Wait a second. No. Put him on. Yes, Mr. Whitney.
Tyler was at my house again, Chief, uninvited. I'm going to have him drawn and quartered. I'm going over your head this time, Chief. I'm going to the commissioner or the mayor, maybe.
Now, wait a second. That won't be necessary. That won't be necessary. This may come as a surprise to you, but I agree with you. In fact, I'm going to have Tyler suspended.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that just to assuage me to...
No, I'm not. I'm very serious. I'm going to put him on indefinite suspension.
Well, it's about time. It's about time you started using your head.
Yeah, well, as soon as he goes undercover, I'll put him on suspension.
Hello, Mother. Hello, Father. Greetings from camp. Hiya, Wazma. Swimming school here. But this place is not like home. I miss your nice fresh pillowcases.
You miss Downy, it's so pleasing. April freshness, that's one reason. Downy softness, that's another. Downy freshness makes a difference, love your mother.
April Fresh Downy.
Oh, your 5-alarm chili's hot stuff.
Yeah, but how do we get rid of the grease? With a hose?
Looky, we use Dawn. Dawn scatters grease, clears it away like a house of fire, helps keep it away.
Ha!
Look what I found in your boot.
Wash that? After all those greasy dishes?
Yep.
Looks as clean as the first.
You're learning, rookie.
And my hands don't feel greasy. So, what's on the menu for tomorrow night?
An old family recipe. Swedish meatball. And Dawn takes grease out of your way.
I'm Charles Schwab. Over 1 million investors who make their own investment decisions trade with us. Here are a few reasons why.
Oh, thanks for the game, John.
Thank you. Hey, and thanks for telling me about that discount broker, Charles Schwab. You were right.
Schwab's commission savings are great, aren't they?
Yeah, but I expected that when I called a discount broker.
I bet you were surprised by Schwab's service.
I sure was. Schwab even executes and confirms my orders before I get off the phone. That's something else.
And they never try to sell you stock. You know, there's no sales pressure.
No sales pressure. Commission savings over 70% and great service. I'm sure glad I called Schwab.
For a free booklet on how you can save up to 76% on brokerage commissions, call 800-445-4400, toll free. That's 800-445-4400. Charles Schwab, a Bank America company. Member SIPC.
And here's a memo from Mrs. Saxon.
Thanks, Patty. Oh, it's a report on viewer phone calls over the last 24 hours.
Oh, great. Oh, look how wonderful. All this positive response to Nancy's return to the newsroom. I knew it would be a plus for the station, and she seems to be enjoying herself so much. Is there anything else?
Nothing inter-office.
Well, why don't we tackle this mail? We never can seem to keep abreast of it, can we?
Seems that way.
I think it's wonderful. You know, it's phone calls and mail. That's the only way we have to know whether the people like us or not. And the fact that they actually take the time to write in, it proves that they really care, for better or worse.
This lady wants to know if TV makeup hurts your face.
Tell her no, but if she saw me without it, she'd be in great pain herself.
Uh-oh. This one seems very irate.
Uh-oh. My dear Miss Drake, first of all, I think you should change your hairstyle. And second, I want to say I think it's wrong of you to call yourself Nicole Drake on the air when you're a married woman. Why don't you use your married name of Kavanaugh? Or don't you want to admit to the public you're married? Maybe it's because you've got one of those open marriages where the husband and wife are so independent of each other they're allowed to do anything at all separately. Oh, dear. Anyway, I think it's shameful. Because most of all, by using your maiden name, it looks like you're boasting about your independence. I'm sure not ashamed to sign myself, Mrs. Bill Larson. P.S. I hear you've been made head of the news department. Congratulations. Thanks.
Well, she's a lady with very definite opinions, isn't she?
She certainly is. Nora, take this down. Dear Mrs. Larson, please know how much I appreciated your recent letter. And in response to your interesting comments about the use of my name, Drake is actually my widowed name. I use it professionally simply because that's the only name I've ever used on the air. And changing it when I married Dr. Kavanaugh might have proven confusing to some of my viewers. Please be assured that I value my marriage above all things. And I truly feel that it isn't the matching name which makes a marriage, but the matching love and respect. Sincerely yours, etc., etc., etc.
That's a very nice sentiment, Mrs. Kavanaugh.
It's a true sentiment. Well, why don't you type that up? I'll get back to some of this other mail.
Like what you do, don't you?
Beg your pardon?
I mean, you like doctoring.
Yes, I do.
But you're not particularly fond of this case, are you? It's a little messy, isn't it?
I wouldn't use that word.
Well, you seem so intent on my file, Dr. Kavanaugh. Tell me, are you looking for the miracle?
They're not unheard of, Jinx.
Well, then, maybe you found it in my file. Is it there? Has the miracle happened? My disease suddenly disappear?
I'm afraid I can't say that, no.
What a pity. Well, I'm sure you didn't bring me here today to give me a talk on miracles, did you?
No, I didn't.
Well, then, it's either my behavior or my morale that interests you.
A little bit of each, actually.
Let's start with morale. Shall we begin with chin up or press on?
Jinx, you know, having this kind of a conversation in this situation...
Doctor, what is it? I know, you're trying to give my morale a little boost so I won't return to my life of crime. By the way, has Chief Mallory forgiven me for my little prank?
Well, I think his actions show his forgiveness, don't they?
It was so delicious, making him think that I'd stolen that bracelet again. For the rest of my life, I'll never forget his face.
Jinx, I wanted to talk to you about that bracelet. You seem to have the mistaken idea that you can charge anything you want now because you may not have to pay for it. It's the wrong way to look at things, really.
I don't agree. Charge and take has become my new philosophy of life. And why not? I may not pass this way again.
Charge and take, huh? That's wrong. You're running a very heavy risk.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I am running a big risk, aren't I? I just might have the bad luck to get cured suddenly, and then there I'd be with all those bills. Well, I'm going to take the chance, Doctor. And in the meantime, I'm going to charge and take all the things I've ever wanted.
Jinx, what you are doing is a form of stealing. Now, you must know that.
I'm not really concerned with ethics at this point. And the only way you can stop me is to tell people the truth, that I'm going to die. Now, I know you wouldn't do that, because you made a solemn promise, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And it still goes, doesn't it?
Still goes.
Well, then, you'll have to excuse me. I have a lot to do.
Really? Such as what?
Shopping. Winter is coming, and I've always wanted a mink coat. I hear they keep you warm.
In just a minute, you're going to find out how you can get this terrific alarm clock telephone absolutely free. So stay where you are, then I'll be right back to tell you more.
When you read Time each week, you know more. You understand.
Time flies, and you are there. Time cries, and lets you care. You understand the world we share.
Now Time is offering you more than ever. Order Time right now, and you'll get this terrific alarm clock and push-button telephone in one, free with your paid subscription.
Yes, time brings you closer to living. Time puts events in sharp review. Time brings it all right home to you.
Each week, Time takes you beyond the news to show you how fascinating the world really is. And now you can get Time for almost half off the cover price. Call 1-800-221-6900 and get 30 issues of Time, payable in 4 easy installments of just $7.49 each. Order now, and you'll also get Time's combination alarm clock telephone, absolutely free. This handsome space saver comes complete with snooze bar and automatic redial. Perfect for your desk or bedside. So call 1-800-221-6900 right now.
Throughout your world, throughout your land, time puts it all right in your hands. Read time and understand.
Hi, I'm Jenny, an operator here at Time. Remember, if you call right now, we'll send you Time at almost half off the cover price. And you'll also get free the Time alarm clock telephone with special features like snooze alarm and automatic redial. This offer won't last long, so call now.
This week on TNT, Captain Louis Albano will join us along with George the Animal Steel, Lady Rustler Candace Pardue, also Adrian Adonis, and the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Raven, dear, don't look so distraught. It isn't quite the end of the world, you know.
Just might be.
Oh, I'm so deeply sorry. You told me specifically not to mention Damien's visit here. And you just slipped out. I'm absolutely furious with myself.
I just wish a big hole would open up so I could jump in it.
Well, if it had, I'd have jumped right in beside you.
I guess it couldn't be helped. Anyway, I think I will get dressed and get out of here before Sky blows the roof off.
Yes, I should be going too.
Will there be anything else, Mrs. Whitney?
No, I'm just going to get dressed.
Mrs. Saxon?
No more, dear, thank you. I think you can start clearing now, if you like.
Yes, ma'am.
Where's my wife?
She's gone upstairs to dress, Mr. Whitney.
Oh.
Will there be anything else?
Yes, I'd like some more coffee, please. Thank you.
Oh, is that all?
No, sit down. You can join me.
I couldn't do that, Mr. Whitney. It wouldn't be proper.
I said sit down. And now you can tell me the truth about you and Gavin Wiley.
Tired of seeing the same old videos slapped together? Only on Night Flight can you see takeoffs to the latest trends in today's music. Fantastic feature films, video profiles, new sounds, heavy metal heroes, directions in jazz, reggae sunsplash, Mr. Bill, film and video gallery, video vault, and off the wall, Night Flight. Where would your weekend be without it? It's Night Flight, all night. At 11 p.m. Eastern on USA, Friday and Saturday. On the next cover story, Barney Miller's Making Magic. Hal Linden talks about life after Barney Miller.
Barney was reactive. Alexander is active.
And his new series, Black's Magic.
That's probably what attracted me to it, was the ability to stand up on a stage and be theatrical.
It's no illusion.
Everything you've ever wanted to know, and probably a lot more, about Hal Linden on